welcome to the Stylish Collective podcast. I am so excited today. We have the extraordinary, incredible pleasure of our first guest, which is out of this world. But first, I want to say how grateful I am. We're at episode 4. We're keeping it going. The momentum is high. We're talking about a Capricorn new moon today. Family, cousins here at the barbecue. That's right. Okay, TSC family, click, group, squad, gang. Let's get into the things. First, we're going to have an Aquarius moment, a deep Aquarius moment. Actually, the whole podcast is an Aquarius commercial as we're on the precipice of our season and we just started our age. I want to say Aquarius is we on the move, baby. And speaking of which, like the stars, I have one of my favorite in the building. Founder, owner, goddess, mother, entrepreneur extraordinaire, Miss Chelsea B. Leah B. Wellness, health coach, expert, and holistic hot mama. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
She is the owner and founder of VibeWell Farms, VibeWell Media, and just all around a badass. So welcome her to the Stylish Collective family. We're back here at the barbecue and we have a brand new cousin in the building.
Let's go. Thank you. Thank you for having me. This is always a pleasure to connect with you and chat about real shit. Like out the gate, like, yeah. So let's get into it. I'm glad to be at the barbecue.
Yes, cousin. Thank you. We are so happy to have you. We've got rosé. We heard that you like that. And there's also a kale salad because we know how healthy you can get. All right. Now, we're going to get into a few topics, family. This is my very first video podcast. And as well, if you're tuning in on any other platform, Spotify and such, whatever device you may be on, feel free to check out the YouTube page, as well as our IGs, which will be linked in all bios and descriptions below. All right, family. So,
all right.
Into some things. Now, Miss Chelsea, I want to talk about technology because that is your field amongst a few other things, but you're able to combine holistic lifestyle thinking and overall being with technology. So I want to talk about technology now that we're fully in 5D consciousness. How does tech integrate into your vibration as an ascended, thinker, person? How are you bringing that into life?
So that's such a great question. First, let me say that. Like I said, I'm here for it. So, I can't say before technology, but before, smartphones and the interwebs, thankfully, I come from an era where, I didn't get a phone until I was like in high school, and which sounds preposterous in this day and age, but still, some kids are like popping out the womb with cell phones. So, I have thankfully a bit more of a foundation that is outside of technology. Technology, what I see for it now, and it has always been such a beautiful complement to who I am and to how I operate, how I move. So, in moving into like a transcended, level, this 5D that, lots of folks is throwing around. And I'm gonna throw it around too, because I like it and it feels good. And it does. I know that, a lot of us, after December 21st, like it's been time. So let me step into this, let me look into this. So one, it's been the foundation outside of technology. 2, having and understanding it's a compliment. And then I say 3 with my third thing that I kind of like talk about when it comes to balancing technology and a holistic lifestyle is taking ownership of your attention. So, we have stepped in, obviously the last year has been wild, and we know that Wi-Fi and different so steps. So, and as a mother, I have 2 small kids, and you have to be mindful of the technology. It's super helpful in a corner that is away from them. We don't sleep near it. It's on my first floor. So that one keeps those signals and then the EMFs or the electromagnetic waves.
Yeah.
It keeps them kind of away from your body.
Yes.
So we take that step, and we put timers. So all of my notifications are turned off. I don't let any of that seep
Mm.
into my subconscious unless I'm deciding. So I'm going to log into my bank account. I'm going to log into Instagram. And when I am logging into these platforms, because I am a digital entrepreneur, I'm logging like for my social. If I'm on IG, it's because I'm going to try to drive traffic to my event, to my website, to whatever. I have a mission when I'm usually on the internet. I don't allow myself to just randomly browse that shit because it's a rabbit hole. And the physical aspects, when I talk about the Wi-Fi, are important, but the mental aspects are much more important. The things that you just subconsciously seep in when you're swiping through Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever your platform is. I would say another aspect is to balancing technology and your wellness, and just making sure you're staying true and center, and technology is not manipulating you. I mean, we're all obviously being manipulated to an extent through technology and by technology, but I would say tending to your garden. So
Mm.
just like it sounds, clean your feed. If things are on your feed that don't make you feel good, if your vibration when you're scrolling through, you feel jealous, you feel envious, you feel any type of shameful feeling, like I talk about now, it gives me goosebumps because no one wants to talk about that, but we it all happens to us on Instagram and on any platform. Remove that. Why should you have that in your garden? This is time that I'm putting into something. This is the currency is our time, it's our energy, it's our vibe. So why not know that and then tend what I'm getting? So my Instagram feed, it's all positive vibes. I mean, I got a little bit of ratchet because I embrace Black culture.
Okay.
I mean, I fucks with the verses, and but I also don't plug into all of that gossipy, low vibrational, the women that, and we talk, you and I had a conversation offline earlier about some low paradigm talks about women's bodies and like
Yeah.
plastic surgery versus not. I, I ain't here for that, and that ain't on my time. That ain't on my line because I'm tending to my garden. So those are some of the main things that I would say when you're looking to balance this, especially with things moving the way they're moving in a digital world, to balance it with your whole your whole center, because that's more important than the technology. I mean, most definitely knowing your core and your center, and then using the technology as the icing on the cake, the
Mark.
cherry on the.
Yes. And what you feed also feeds you. So you have to understand
Right,
that if you want to be in a state of wellness, how you feel that well will let us know what you're going to be drinking on that journey. Like when everybody
right,
has nothing but what they bring, what's in your cup, honey?
right. What's in your toolbox?
Okay? And
You know,
those tools are imperative to be reviewed, sharpened, and sometimes discarded and updated as
mhm,
we go so that we can navigate this in the most balanced manner, because we're talking about
right.
masculine and feminine energies as well. Um,
So true, so
so
true.
another thing I wanted to kind of tap into, which you spoke about earlier,
Tap
we did
tap
have a
tap
little
it.
bit tap it. We did
Right, right.
talk earlier a little bit about interests in dating, and especially
Mhm,
online dating today.
mhm,
And
mhm.
that being said, using technology as
Yes.
a wonderful marker to observe and or vibe with someone without ever even touching them. Somehow we get into
Yep,
connections with people.
yep.
And based on how they're vibrating and how we're vibrating,
Mhm.
even from thousands of miles away, we can tell whether this is a or
Or
uh,
eh,
or just nah. Nah is a full sentence. No.
right, right.
No, thank you. Good
I'm
day.
just
What did
gonna,
Future say? No, I'm good, love. Enjoy.
yeah, nah,
So,
yeah.
entrepreneurship as a love language. I want to get into
Ooh,
that because everybody
yes,
seems to be on this wave, which
yep,
is apropos to these times of creating and cultivating a life for themselves based on their own ideas, talents, thoughts, and skills. So,
yep.
with that being said, can entrepreneurship provide a strategy of personal and interpersonal integrity that we otherwise would avoid through our mundane lives? It's long-winded, but
No, but yeah, completely. And I think this is such a great topic. And when we first looked at these concepts, I let them sit and I received some information, a message, shall we say, that talked about this and how at the root of entrepreneurship is a forced growth opportunity, because you have to look at yourself and really evaluate, what energetically can I create that is able to be exchanged for a currency.
Yeah.
And it's so self-reflective. And I mean, if you're going to be successful, if you're going to be in it, if you're going to be, you know, said, and granted, like I said, I've had Leah Be Wellness since 2017. And, again, the business shows you, when what you put in is what you get out. And I think that as you're doing that, and if you're in the dating journey, which I am as well, I meet and align with really amazing men that are on the same journey of entrepreneurship, that are also being illuminated to some of their strengths and some of their weaknesses. That shadow work, that balance that we're talking about. I find that in dating men that I come across that are entrepreneurs, while they may be different in different places in their journey of self-discovery, there is much, 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 much more self-discovery in an entrepreneurial career journey than a corporate career journey. Just, I mean, and it's unfortunate, but it's what I've come to realize, and that's a truth for me. So it also is really interesting, because I can say, there's a lot of cases, because the world is such everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, which we all should at the end of the day, for real though. But there's a lot of people that are out there, I'm an entrepreneur. And then when you see how they operate, and especially dating, when you see how they're dating, you can see how their business works, and you can see how their finances work, because everything tied together. So when they business ain't right, they're usually not right dating, their finances are right. Like it all lines up. So when you start talking and you get to know them, because they're not in at least for me, in the same place, when we talk about vibrations or alignment, we're not in the same alignment, because when you move as an authentic entrepreneur, everything that you do in your life comes from a place of like a solid moral ground, like an authentic, spirit driven, whether it's the people you pay, the honor and the authenticity that you extend to your clients, the transparency, at least for me. And it's what's allowed me to be successful, is that vulnerability in being myself, so, and operate from that moral place. But it's forced me to do that in my finances, and it forced me to do with my family, and it forced me. And so now I get to this place in dating, and I'm able to see this illuminated very quickly with people, because it shows in their life. Talk to me, and then you can, and it's fast, it's easy, it's simple you can ask them about, talk to me about, some things that you feel are restrictions in your life. That in itself will tell you more about areas that, that they may be feeling lack. And a lot of entrepreneurs, it can be fun, it can be funding, it can be staffing, it could be structure, it could be lots of things, but that usually leads back to what they might be struggling with overall as a overarching theme in their life. So right. And we're all, when I'm growing, like when I first started, mine was about revenue, and mine is, we're all still trying to keep, we have goals, but mine was a place of lack. And so I saw the beginning of my journey kind of grasping to things that I was like, girl, you should say no to that shit. But I would say yes, because I'm grasping. I'm at that place of lack. When I moved into a place of abundance and a place of birthright.
Yes. Come on.
That shit stopped happening. Like,
wow.
Clients showed up. The money came, and now I look at it, and clients organically are coming, and it's just because I've changed a frequency, I changed a vibration. Again, that helped in all of my life. And so when you're dating as an entrepreneur, it's quite frankly and early on illustrated how that growth is going for you.
Affirming your birthright is key. And a part of that is making sure that every part of your life is also affirmed in its birthright and how it aligns with your total picture of oneself. My new thing is, every part of your life has to feel like an orgasm, not just when you're in the bedroom. And we have to
Right.
stop waiting for physical intimacy to feel the
To feel, yep.
romance and the joy and the bliss that's available to us at all times in every area of our life. Because intimacy
Agreed.
is not just about those romantic relationships, it's
Mm-mm.
also about the platonic ones that open up that heart center and draw in that
Yep.
high vibration. And so I completely agree with you that there's something about the self-development and reflection and healing that one must partake in when you're going
Yep.
journey of creating a business and a thought and having the confidence to do it. And that's something
Make it
that
happen.
you've been kind of counseling me through as I've been developing this brand,
Thank you.
figuring myself out with all the different ideas I have. Total Aquarius, just like a million things. But
Yeah.
it's been a healing process for me to say, you know what, I stand on my 10 toes. I'm going to show up for
Right.
myself consistently. And that's going to be reflected in the people that I vibe with and the
Yep.
people that I would like to bring into my circle. And surely, if there's a gentleman caller that is trying to hit my hotline bling, he better be coming with the real. Absolutely.
Right. Right. And again, when they they do, like I said, when we become that which we search, we no longer search because, it
What
just,
you're looking for is looking for you. Is that what they said?
that's it. That's it. That's it. And as an entrepreneur, I think you get to put that vibration out at a higher frequency, especially if you are really working within your passion. And that's part of the reason why I got a couple of them, because I have a couple of passions, So mine started with wellness, but then, through the pandemic, I pivoted and moved into digital marketing, which is what my corporate career, which I spent the last like 14 years
Wow.
doing, building entire marketing career. The pandemic allowed me to pivot and turn it into my own agency, and then
Yes.
as time has gone on, I've fallen in love with the farming and the connecting with Mother Earth, because we all know, as Black people, we've been robbed of that. And that is, to me, like the biggest way that I and my family and my generational line will continue to heal ourselves and help heal other people, is through the land, the things we grow there, and the connection that is offered. So, but finding those things have allowed me to not really feel like any of this shit is work. It feels like the stuff that I like doing. It's fun, I like this. So
Yes.
I think, yeah, and then it helps align you with people that are doing things that they love too, and it doesn't feel like work.
Not at all. It feels like play. You get back to that childlike vibration and all of that joy and high vibration.
Hmm.
Kids genuinely manifest things or generate things so easily because there's
They do.
they don't have any resistance to them
Nope.
getting what it is
No
that they feel
barriers.
in their mind. Why not? Of course I can have it, right?
Exactly.
They're divining it. It's incredible. And we can learn so much from them by staying in that
Ooh.
light vibration. One of my last questions that I have for you, which we could go on forever because you know how us girls,
Girl.
but wellness from your perspective in terms of the field, and I want you to get a little bit more into what you see it developing into now that so many others are entering into this space. Mental health and everything has exploded,
Hmm.
particularly among melanated people with all of the trauma that is coming to the surface to be released.
Hmm.
um,
Hell yeah.
how can we bring wellness to our everyday lives, and how do you think that's evolving, especially since last year until now?
Hmm. Hmm. So I, 2020 boy, so much growth and so much opportunity to pivot and to change. I think that we saw, and, having also spent 10, 11, 12 years in fitness.
Yeah.
So I, I've seen it, and in New York, so probably in one of the largest boutique fitness markets in the world.
Yes.
We saw it was boutique fitness. It was everybody got this cute spot, and now
Right.
technology has pushed well, really, one, we all know it's Peloton. It's pushed technology to your living room,
Yes.
pushed fitness to your living room.
Yes.
So I think that, moving forward, we're going to continue to see lots of that, because coronavirus, and with the vaccine, things will probably calm down, but people will still continue to move differently in a more, let's connect offline,
Yes.
online, instead of in person. So I see a lot of that. And I saw that, we obviously saw that trend in 2020. I also saw, at least, and for me personally, because 2020 and just this time has been so chaotic is a word that I can think of, but chaotic obviously just indicates really nasty stuff. And I think a lot of good things that came out have come out of the last 12 months. But for me, it was seeing rituals, creating and staying consistent with rituals
Mm,
has been and will continue to be a huge theme in wellness and fitness, especially now that, many people are becoming more aware of like the mental health, the importance of our mental health, probably more important than the physical. I mean, it's like the egg before the chicken or the chicken before the egg. It's like you have to address and do them together.
yes.
um and I will say one of the things that has led me to be what I feel is so successful over this last year, is my mental health and seeing a therapist. I found a sister on Maven and we have connected. We still connect every 2 weeks, and she's I spill the tea. Like I don't have to again explain shit like that. One, two, she gives me great action items. So I think those are the kind of trends we're going to see: digital mental health becoming really important, meditation. And I, hopped on that and, became a meditation coach certified in the summer of 2020, have started and have hosted 3 series, doing a couple new series in 2021,
Yeah.
where I dive deeper into mindfulness. Yeah. And because now the doors have been at least they've been cracked into wellness. So people, melanated folks, and brown, what everyone can step into wellness and it not be controlled by this patriarchal, misogynistic figure. It's now like we're bringing this back to us. So I see a lot of that happening, and it opening the door, cracking the door for us to step into these spaces, the meditation space, and bringing soul to it. Because I find, and that's where Leah B comes from, was an alter ego. Because my health journey, losing a large amount of weight and being self-identifying and being mixed, but completely self-identifying as a Black woman and showing up as a Black woman in
Yes.
all that I do, showing up to these fitness scenes in New York at like 255 pounds. What? I
Wow.
had to create an alter ego, because I didn't feel comfortable or safe showing up with Becky and Tiffany, who were like, I never felt safe. So Leah B came about. So there's a whole like whitewashing of just the entire journey, and then the appropriation of like, well, we'll take your hip hop, we'll take Drake,
Right. We'll do
we'll
your
take,
Zumba.
but we're gonna still charge you $35, and we're not gonna offer any, like, those type of things are dissipating, I hope, and we are reclaiming it and bringing soul to it. And that's what I'm doing with my meditation, especially with my my familial background in music, merging the meditation and the music and the movement, and like it's a vibe, and that's where my brand comes from. And
Yeah.
that's what I think fitness is going to be, and wellness is going to be. It's going to be a vibe. It's not going to be the doctors and we're going to listen to our bodies. We're going to say,
Yes.
well, this is the vibration that my body's telling me. I mean, I had to tell a pediatrician yesterday, no, that doesn't, my soul isn't talking to me about that. So no, we're not going to proceed with that course of action. And she looked at me like I was fucking crazy. And then I looked back at her like she was fucking crazy, because I'm like, you're expecting me to take your word and not listen to my own body.
Right.
I should be crazy for that, but I'm not. So thank you. Take care. Be well.
That's right.
So
Because
I
you're the
think,
doctor of your own life. You're making
right, of my body.
of your body, and also helping your children to navigate, listening to their
They
bodies
get to
and what
see
they
that.
need from a very natural resonance. And I totally love what
Yep.
you're saying, that wellness is taking a new shape and a new phase. It's integrating so many assets and facets, but it's coming with soul. You know what I'm saying? It
Yep.
is
Yep.
honestly bringing. It's like becoming a little less kale, a little more macaroni and cheese. You know,
Right, but it's
not
vegan mac
dairy,
and cheese.
not
No,
vegan, not
it's
dairy.
right. It's like it's a nice mix. It's like going back to our roots. We're stepping away from, and I can get into it. We're stepping away from the meats and
Yo,
stepping into our beans. Like,
yes.
we there are
Ooh,
things
from
that
meat
are
to beans, baby. Okay.
they're meant for us, and our men are going to live much longer, healthier, and much more satisfying lives when they step away from that. Because a man that ain't eating no meat, girl, y'all want to think that don't play yourself. I'm just saying.
Get you a
So
plant-based bay.
I mean, and it don't gotta be super strict all the time because look, I like chicken wings, but I also love my temple, when you know better, you do better. It's just that simple.
You can
So,
integrate a number of things because the point is, and I feel like you're hearkening to this, is it's about happiness over everything.
hmm
Janae
hmm
Eiko has a song called Ho, which is happiness over everything. And
I
Ho,
love her.
the new Ho.
Right.
And or
Not your hoe.
hotels, Jasmine Sullivan Hotel, but that's another conversation, which
That's a whole right.
whole other, we're gonna do Stylish Collective after dark when we talk about that. Okay.
Right.
But happiness, if it's going to make you depressed to eat beans and you're going to vibrate low anyway, eat your chicken. But please keep everything in flow. Remember, guys,
Yeah.
this is an aquarium. There's a lot of different moving parts
Ooh.
all moving together at the same time. And that's
hmm
happening in ourselves as well as with others, creating a beautiful synergy and interdependence that is going to co-create the new reality and timeline we're desiring to be on. And that's the blessing of this
Amen.
time. Amen. That's right. Ashe, amen.
I mean, let's go.
Okay. Let's get it, all the things. And also, family, cousins, let's not be afraid to jump out there with the things that we want to help aid the collective in. I've attended Chelsea's meditations, which have been fabulous for my uh, mind as I prepare for the week. Because doing your meditations those few Sundays help me to incredibly imagine the success of my week, because we know thoughts become things. I am very, very big on the law of resonance and hermetics, and affirmations. And so
Yep.
when someone's helping walk you through how to affirm your abundance, now it's present with you, how to vibrate with it and see your week as that. It is totally transformative. So please, please check her out. Go to her IG, hit her up. She has so many tools and so much information to give to the family, cousins, and more. Also, if you're looking for any social media management, she is a
There you
fantastic
go.
guide. Her consultancy has been such a blessing to my business as I'm growing, and I'm sure she would be more than happy to do the same for all of
Yeah.
you.
Most definitely. Most definitely. And digital marketing. So,
Yeah.
social, but search engine marketing, we do a full gamut and a wide variety of different marketing things, which we love. We love social, obviously. I love, technology and UX and UI. So it's a blessing, but I really love, though, more than all of that. Well, one, I love connecting with you because this is obviously just a pleasure to be able to talk
Yes.
about these things and get real honest, because I'm positive you exposed me to a sister on Instagram
Oh,
who did a video about, and a philosophy that I find myself moving in, and why meditation has been helpful for me, because I got obviously some attitude, and I have wanted to snap on people a lot. And this sister that you Trap Bay Yoga, is that her name? She's hilarious and dope.
yes.
And she had this thing, and it was like a mantra when you want to slap a bitch.
Yes.
And I mean, I was just like, yo, that is the authenticity that our meditation and our mental health journeys need to have, because it's such an authentic, on a lot of levels, part of our journey, of the Black journey. And our Black journey is about now a journey of healing, and healing, it's nice to connect with people that look and feel and sound and talk like us,
Yes.
so to have a meditation that you could pull up on, and you might hear some Trick Daddy at the beginning,
Okay.
and then you might slide into your flow, and it'll help you to say, I'm not gonna smack this bitch, even though I really want to, even though whatever it may be. Maybe it's your family, because we all know we got some families that just will set us in a, but having tools to
Yes.
say, I'm gonna go within, I'm gonna take
Mhm.
an intentional inhale,
That's right.
and then an easy exhale. I mean, it's just like, those tools are just really simple. So yes, I would love, please check me out. I have a new series that's coming out in February,
Give
Mindful
us your
Mondays.
website, please, so we know where to
Yes,
find
most
you.
definitely. Well, you can find me on any of the social media platforms at Leah Be Healthy, and that's LEAH Be Healthy. My website is leahb.nyc, And you can find my offerings there. Like I said, February, I have a new series coming up, Mindful Mondays, where we will do some visualization and creating our most authentic, most successful week by connecting with the power of visualization and the power of meditation. Um, and I'm also doing some different things that I'm offering: private guided meditations, group sessions, small group digital sessions,
Yeah.
where, say it's a family that wants to meditate together or explore it as a healing journey. I'm
Mhm.
offering some new ways to connect with our healing and connect with our ancestors. So please be on lookout on that. I'll be posting on social.
Mhm.
But yeah, I look forward to connecting with anyone and everyone online who wants to delve deeper into being well and feeling, and feeling your well so you can be well, so you can show up well for everyone in your life.
That's right. And we do know in the age of Aquarius, we are the water bearers containing all of the information that the collective needs to know and pouring it on their asses so they can't be thirsty, because we don't do thirsty.
Let's go.
We
Mm-mm.
hydrated, lemon water, we keep it alkaline, boo, balance that pH.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
So do not be afraid to transmute that I want to slap a bitch energy into some
To
kind of
create.
alchemical process that helps you produce something that's better for you. Um,
Right.
and don't fight off that shadow aspect. Integrate all of the things, because we're not ashamed of any part of ourselves. We're aware,
Mm-mm.
we show up, we handle, and we manage. And with that
Right.
being said, family, it has been such a pleasure. We're at the fourth podcast, and
Get him, girl.
just completed our first video recording with none other than Miss Chelsea herself, Leah B. We love
Oh,
you.
thank
Thank you for
you.
being
Thank
here.
you. Love
Your
you. Love you.
information has been completely beautiful and valuable. I could never replace this. You are my first guest. I'm just so
I'm
blessed.
so grateful. I'm
I'm
so
so
grateful.
grateful. And a
Look,
secret, family, I want to share before we get off. Up, cheers.
thankful,
Cheers.
grateful, and blessed for this.
That's right. This woman that I met many, many years ago, her and I shared the same birthday. So this is literally like Aqua Twins Unite. This is such
Yep.
a special moment for both of us. And
Yes.
thank you all for joining us. I'm
Yes. Thank
so
you.
excited to continue to bring you more interviews like this, to shine light and collaborate and co-create with other digitalpreneurs, thought leaders, way showers, and just all around dope ass people. Because remember, honey, we are stylish people, right? Living, loving stylishly. That's right, cousin.
Right.
To the
Right.
barbecue, you know, we
Right.
have the kale salad, the chicken,
Yeah.
the rosé, and the water. Okay.
I'm gonna get my plate real quick here, and then see when we gonna get these dances going, because I'm
Okay.
just
You already know the busted
let's go.
challenge. Because we got to get
Oh,
okay.
now we talk about aging out of things. I think I may have aged out of the busted challenge. So I mean, I look, I don't think that I didn't, think and bust down. And then I was like, oh man, I got two little kids. I'd be damned. My dog. We saw Monica's son. Let him be a lesson. I don't want my kids hopping on Instagram talking, my mom, no, you shouldn't be busting it.
Oh.
Woo! All right now.
We love you, family. Have a
Love
fantastic day. And until the next
you.
time, Stylish Collective family, make sure you keep good shoes, and we'll talk
Yes.
again.
Right.
Ciao, family.
All
Bye.
right. Bye bye.